And alright guys, welcome back to another video on the David Hammond YouTube channel. Now in this one guys, we are speaking of 5 books every man should read. Now I actually made a video like this, which I will link right up here. The only issue with that though is that I made that before a lot of new subscribers came, and recently a few of you guys have been reaching out, commenting, saying, hey David, been getting into reading. I just had a client call where he was, one of the themes was, hey, I'm getting more into reading. What are some books you recommend? So I thought this would kind of be an updated version of that. I'm going to include some of those books, but I believe I'm going to include some new ones of 5 books. I think if you are a man, you can be a woman too, but predominantly you guys are men watching this, you should read, and I would really recommend it. So there are no particular order of which one's best or not. We're just going to run it. So number 1 guys, this is The Way of the Superior Man. Now, I have quoted this book or spoken about it many times, and so many of you guys in the comments have as well. The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. And all these books, guys, too, they're cheap, they're pretty small. Like, I don't read massive books. I'm an advocate or believer that if the book is massive, then I don't think the author knows a lot. I think he just knows how to talk a lot. So all these books are tiny, 200 pages or so. So The Way of the Superior Man, amazing. Essentially, guys, this book is all on woman, business, and really just mastering yourself as a man, really going deep into the dynamics of masculinity and femininity. This is a book, one of the resources that I learned a ton from, that I share with you guys, with the dynamics or the physiology, the emotions, or the polarities of masculinity and femininity. He also speaks about nofap and all this stuff too. I don't think he calls it nofap, but he speaks about it. So yeah, The Way of the Superior Man, number 1. The second one, guys, these are Osho books, okay? Now, these books I said in the other video. Osho Books, guys, O-S-H-O. That's his name, Osho. I think his full name is like Osho, I don't know. Some really cool dude. This guy's awesome. He's old. I don't believe he's alive anymore, but man, he is such an influential dude. He's so funny too. Like, for being such an old guy, he's so funny. All of his books are so short. They're not so short, but they're short. They're to the point. They're extremely relatable, considering he made these many, many years ago. And I believe he has quite a few, but I got a bundle set of 4. The ones I recommend and what I recommended to the client. This is Creativity, Intuition, Courage, and Intimacy. Okay, I believe if you can read those 4 books, and again, they were all short. You can finish them in maybe a week, not even a few days. And they were cheap. Like, if you have those 4 books, I believe you as an individual will be extremely well-rounded. Creativity, that helped so much. That creativity book was massive. That's probably the one I recommend the most to you guys. Intuition as well, huge. Courage, a massive one, and then Intimacy, if you guys are looking to be in relationships. I believe there's another one called Awareness, but I didn't get that one. And yeah, so Osho Books, strongly recommend. Again, guys, I'm going to link all of these down below. I'm not affiliated with any of them. I don't make any money from you clicking on the links. It's where you can find them on Amazon, if they're still there on Amazon, which they should be. Or you can go to a bookstore or whatever, I mean, with the virus, I guess you shouldn't really go to a bookstore, but you get what I'm saying. The third one, guys, this one's a bit of a, you might think of it's like a hippie book, or it's a spiritual book. This is called the Bhagavad Gita, okay? Now, this book, or, what's actually amazing, I completely forgot about this, download Audible, guys. I believe down the road, if I were to ever do sponsorships on this channel, it would be for Audible, okay? Audible, it's not sponsored, but this is what I use. They're audiobooks, so you can download it right on your iPhone. You can pay the membership there. It's very affordable. I think it's like $15 a month. And you can listen to audiobooks. All of the books I'm listing here, someone with a really cool voice will speak them to you. And quite a few of these, not all. The Bhagavad Gita I listen to on Audible, and so just while driving long drives to listen to that, and it was awesome, guys. The Bhagavad Gita is essentially, I read this years ago, but I think it's the story of a prince in India or something like that. I could be getting this way off, but it's like this hero's journey, and he really learns a ton through Indian stories and the gods that they have there, about just being the best him and not getting attached to all these external things. And I can't remember it super well right now, but I remember at the time reading it how impactful it was to me, and I'm sure so much of that has embedded itself deep within me. I just may be calling it different things, but a lot of that, I remember that book. And again, it's fairly short, and it's relatable. None of these books are super esoteric, and like you're gonna have to like itch your head to think like, how do I read this? They're pretty understandable. And number 4, guys, this one is massive. This is actually one of the first self-development books I read, especially for men. All these books, this one in particular, it is called the Assertiveness Workbook. Okay, the assertiveness workbook. And it's a workbook, meaning you actually write in it. It was actually very fun. It explains to you guys the four main archetypes of men. This is aggressive, passive-aggressive, passive, or assertive, and how you want to be assertive, none of the prior. Okay, it was really at the time an eye-opener because I realized, like, holy crap, every single person resides in one of these four categories, and me at the time, it was much more being passive. I was just much more quiet as to myself, and it really just sheds a good light on what to do in those situations. And it was very fun. Again, it's a workbook. I believe it's fairly cheap. The assertiveness workbook. My psychologist recommended me that book, and it was amazing. So that is that. There's also one called the Mindfulness Workbook for OCD, but I'm not speaking about that. But if you guys do deal with OCD, then same thing, workbook. I believe it's by the same brand. Check that out too. And the last book, guys, this is actually the very first book that I ever read that actually spiraled my self-development journey at around 15, 16 years old. And it was handed to me by my buddy Gabe. If you guys check out the podcast YouTube channel, I have Creator Chats Podcast. I did an interview with Gabe, and we talk all about that. That is called Leadership and Self-Deception. Okay, this book was amazing. I vividly remember it was of a guy. I think he was just going to his job or going to work, and I think he stumbled upon like a mentor, like a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. And anyways, essentially the millionaire was like really helping him with how to improve his relationships, his health, and business. And it was awesome. It was really cool. I just remember that, like, that's what got me addicted to reading and self-development, that book. Okay, so check it out. All these books are very consumer friendly. They're easy to digest, guys. They're not hard and confusing. I don't like books like that. I think they're pretty useless, to be honest. And yeah, so that's what I'd recommend for the 5 top books. I have some fish cooking, so I'm gonna have to get to that because it's gonna beep in any second now. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys in the next video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. What are some good book recommendations from you? A lot of you guys have been saying no more Mr. Nice Guy. So I will definitely consider reading that. And yeah, let me know some more books down below. As always, guys, I'll finish it here with a plug. There's always self-development coaching below, as well as the brand new self-development course, which is a 3.5-hour long course explaining everything on improving your life, okay? Improving your health, relationships, finding your passion, or serving that to the world. That's the beeper. 3.5 hours long, guys, priced very affordably, and it literally has everything from beginning to end if you want to improve your life. Again, fitness, nutrition, intermittent fasting, no fat, meditation, finding your passion, serving that to the world, maximizing your relationships. I put everything into this one course, the self-development course. I would strongly recommend it. It's down below, and we'll finish it there. So thanks, guys. I'm going to go muck soon because we're fasting out here, and that's it. Much love. Till next time. Peace.